Hey YouTubers, it's me, Zipster. Oh, I was talking to One Eye Blind tonight on the phone. We're just trying to plan out our trip, because we're meeting at like Newark Airport and flying over blah blah. I don't want to bore you with the details. But anyway, so as we're talking, all of a sudden we came upon a story like I always do when I talk to people. Yeah, it happened in like 7th grade. Yeah, I think it was 7th grade. By then I figured out, you know what? I'm not going to fit in with like the sports crowd. I was really skinny and tall and nothing worked. I had no coordination or anything. So yeah, I couldn't like play basketball or football. There was actually one coach though that approached me about running track because I had really long legs. I'm like, yeah, that sounds tiresome. So yeah, I didn't do that. But then I started thinking, because I had taken accordion lessons as a kid, and I knew how to read music and stuff. Yahoo Mail, shut up, Christine. Yeah, I finally named her. She's named Christine now. So I decided I'm gonna join the band, and it was a pretty easy thing. Like they had loaner instruments that they give you and stuff. So I went to see the band director. His name was Mr. Scarceletti. How's that for a name? Right. And I told him that I wanted to play flute. Don't even start with the jokes. I wanted something that was, didn't have to carry around a whole big bunch of stuff. And I don't know, there was something about the flute I thought was really cool. And he was like, oh no, well, you don't have the mouth for the flute. You have the mouth for the trombone. The trombone. Okay. I'm like, okay, well, I really wanted to play the flute. How about the clarinet? He's like, no, you don't have the mouth for the clarinet either. You have the mouth for the trombone. Great. Okay. Most of you probably haven't ever played a trombone, but like when you go, and our band rehearsals were scheduled like whoever's in your grade, like one period out of the day, like the 3 or 4 of you that were in the band would get together and go over music with Mr. Scarceletti, and the trombone would make your lips like swell up puffy nasty for like 3 hours afterwards, so you walked around looking like a frickin' freak. Okay. And I never really got it because it was all the music was in bass clef, and I was really familiar with treble clef and blah blah blah. It was a nightmare. So I never really mastered the instrument. Plus, it wasn't like you just pressed keys and a note came out. You had to slide this stuff around, and if you just slid the wrong quarter of an inch, it was the wrong sound totally. So I tried my best. But it got to the point, okay, now I get to high school 2 years later, and of course I'm last chair, which means like you're the worst. No problem. I didn't have a problem with that. So I would basically just follow where every other trombone dude would put his slide, and I'd put mine there, and I just kind of hum in it, because I was a good hummer. I just couldn't play I didn't want my lips to get all puffy for the rest of the day of high school. Like, I didn't have enough trouble in high school. I need to walk around with stupid puffy lips. So, okay, fine. So, one day, we're in high school, and they still segregated us into little groups, like whoever was in your class, and you had to go that period, and there would, like, be 3 of us. Me and my best friend, Marianne, who played the French horn, but she actually knew how to play, and she didn't even mind getting those stupid lips. And some dude named Robert on drums. So now you got a French horn, a trombone, and a drummer. This is never going to be pretty music, no matter how you look at it. So I'm trying to play this stuff, and I'm like freaking out and all this. And he like says, play that part by yourself. I'm like, I totally don't even know how. He's like, well, what are you even doing here? I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to be in the damn band. So he said, well, turn in your instrument. Turn in my instrument. So I go walking home, carrying nothing. I don't have my big old trombone case with me, and they were big old cases. And I walk in the house, and my mom, Zelda, says, where's your trombone? I said, I got thrown out of the band. She said, well, let me just give a little call to Mr. Scarceletti. So she calls him up, and you know what he told her? He said, quite frankly, the kid never learned to play the instrument, but even worse than that, I couldn't stand looking at his facial expressions. He was making me crazy. Facial expressions? I hardly even had any. Anyway, yeah, so even as a band geek, I didn't make it, and I certainly wasn't going to join the ABI team, because they were even geeky to me. But yeah, life is hard. You gotta persevere. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's all I got to say tonight. Thank you.